Hello, good morning. I just wanted to maybe show off my canning cabinet that I made yesterday. I did a short on it, but this I'm pretty proud of, and I figured I could add a little video to my channel just letting you guys know, what canning supplies are and how I set my cabinet up. So I guess I'll start with what you can see. I've got my pressure canner here, which I actually haven't used. When I get into more pressure canning and canning within the year, I will definitely be making some videos on pressure canning and seeing my success and my failures on the pressure canner. And then I have my water bath canner here. The water bath canner, as you see, it has a lid, and then inside of it, it has a rack. And then I've got some cans here. Cans, new lids, and then in here what I have is just a few little supplies. So in here, which I might want to end up hanging these, I might want to make something and hang them so that they can kind of hang from right here, and then I can just easily grab however many instead of putting them all in a big bucket and then they fall down like that. But I have some rims here, and then these are new jar lids. You always want to use new lids whenever you're canning. And I have these ball, and then I have some of these Golden Harvest, and I found these at Walmart. They're a little cheaper. Haven't had any issues with them, but I haven't canned a lot. So that's pretty much the two kinds that are available to me at my local Walmart or my local stores around. I'm sure I could find some other ones online, but basically for your lids. And I actually have, I'll show you here real quick. I actually have some plastic lids. I froze some chicken broth, bone broth last night that I made from my Thanksgiving turkey. So these are frozen bone broth. Now, of course, they all don't really have the same, they have about the same amount in them right now, but they're frozen solid, and they are not completely, I guess they don't have a seal because they are frozen. They don't really need a seal, just like if you were to put something in a plastic bag. I just preferred to put them in here because they'll stand up straight and fit better in my freezer at the moment. Now these are the other lids that I was talking about. They pretty much are just screw-on lids. Plastic lids, you can also get these at Walmart. These are kind of for doing what I'm doing. They're for dry goods or for freezing. Someone mentioned the other day when freezing bone broth that I should use pretty much like wide mouth, or not wide mouth, but straight side jars. I did not have a problem with these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I did do one straight side jar because it's what I had. I didn't have a problem with any of these cracking or anything like that. I gave it plenty of headspace to be able to freeze, and I also froze them kind of with the lids loose in case anything needed to escape. It would escape and get on the jar instead of cracking. So that's kind of what I did. Again, they're frozen solid bone broth. I can just take one out and use it as I please, but I ended up making bone broth with my turkey last night, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have one right now in the refrigerator because I plan on drinking it. And I filled this one straight up because it's not going to be frozen. So this is my bone broth that I got in the refrigerator right now. It's got some spices in it. It's got a little bit of meat, but not much. But yeah, that's my bone broth. Pretty excited. So with this bone broth, I'm gonna put these back in my freezer. With my bone broth, I can just drink it straight, heat it up, drink it straight, or I can make soups with it, or I can add it to anything that could require broth. Three more. Okay, those are back in my freezer. And so, getting back to this, Another tool that you'll need when you do get your canning is this, and this is a jar, like you pick the jars up. And so pretty much what you do is you pick a jar up. This is jelly. This is my last jelly. I gotta make some more. But you pick a jar up, and that's how you hold it. So putting it into the water, all that kind of good stuff. You always want to try to keep it straight, pulling out the water. I'm not going to get into all that, but just trying to show you everything I got in here. And this isn't mine. I'm going to make some of my own, but I got this when I went to Branson, Missouri. It is some apple butter. So I've been saving this one to try to compare my apple butter to this apple butter. I don't even know what this one tastes like, so that is some apple butter I got stored in there. Some canning and pickling salt. I have some sugar. I have some vinegar, and I have some pectin. And this is pretty much to help your jelly set up. Not help, you need it for your jellies to set up. But that's what this stuff is. So I got 4 more packs of that in here. And then I'll go over this stuff here in a second. This is the stuff that I've put in my water bath, and I've been able to can with good seals. But underneath here is all my jars, and I'll kind of show that to you. I have that set up. There are some jars. I got a lot of these from a yard sale, but I've got a lot of them straight from buying them at Walmart as well. Some of these, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use, but I've kind of kept the lids because they're kind of vintage. Obviously, I'm going to give them a good wash down and stuff if I end up using them for anything. But I'm not quite sure what I can do with these, and I'm not sure if a wide mouth lid will fit on these. I don't have any wide mouth lids to try. So that'll be my next thing I need to get is some wide mouth jars. These are all, most of them are all regular lids. I have some pint jars, some jelly jars, all kind of old vintage jars that I found at the yard sale. And then some of them like, that one's one I got at a yard sale. And then some of these are just regular ball jars. I know I got some of them. I think that's a regular ball jar that I bought, but some of them I've actually got from Slim Chickens as well, and they sell those little pie things in the jar, and once in a while I'd go and get one because they're really good. Kind of like a pie in a jar. So those are my jars. And then, let's see. I'm gonna set this up a little better. And then I'll show you some of the stuff that I made while I was canning. So this is my jelly that I made. This is some natural grape jelly, easy jelly. I pretty much bought grape juice at the store, and then I was able to turn it into jelly. It was super easy. However, this is the one that I had an issue with one of the seals. This is my first can that I had an issue with the seals. So pretty much there's a ping. I don't know if you can hear it. And I ended up not hearing that. It sounded like it was a dull thud. And all of them sounded like this, and then it was like, and I was like, something's wrong. So I grabbed it, I picked it up like that, and the lid just came off. So I knew the seal wasn't good on that jelly. So this is my last jelly jar. My kids love it. My daughter's always like, my mom's jelly is the best. And I'm like, yay. So it makes me feel happy that my kiddos like it. So I'll have to make some more jellies. But what I do have is some pickled okra. I don't really like okra, or I didn't really like okra. I'm not from this area originally. I'm from New England. But now that I've been down here, I've been exposed to okra and the proper ways to eat it, I guess. And pickled is definitely one of the ones that I really, really like. So they pretty much just taste like pickles. They have like, sometimes they have like little balls in them, but kind of just tastes like pickles. Everyone says that they like this okra, and there's actually a piece of jalapeno pepper in there. Pepper's good too. So I have 6 jars of that. And then I have this, which is my Red Hot Cinnamon Apples. Now this, I wasn't quite sure what exactly it was gonna be. And it is something that you would eat on top of maybe an ice cream. It kind of reminds me of almost like a, excuse me, I got hiccups, a pie filling. And you can eat it on top of ice cream or maybe on top of some oatmeal. You can eat it by itself, but you can only eat a little bit. So this is kind of something that you would break open and eat over oatmeal, I guess. And then this is my relish. This is going pretty fast. Now my relish, it's a little thinner than I would have liked it to be. This is my first relish I've ever made. I guess I could have packed the jars a little bit better, but I'm not gonna lie. It's all right. The relish itself is really, really good, but it's thin. And sometimes you can use that juice that's in it. I like to put this relish in my tuna. When I make tuna fish sandwiches, I'll put this in there, and even sometimes the juice, it just kind of gives it a little bit of tang and sweetness to it. So, but I'm not saying like pour the juice in. I'm saying just like when you put a spoonful, don't drain the juice off. But yeah, it's good, and I have several jars of this left. At first I was worried because I made so many jars. I was like, I'm never gonna use that much relish, but it's actually pretty good in quite a few things. So that relish was good. Then I have this tomato soup. This is the first thing that I ever made. You can kind of see that it's settled a little bit. If your stuff ever ends up settling, you can always kind of shake it up a little bit, and it should come back to normal. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a tomato soup person. The only tomato soup that I do like is like a creamy tomato soup. And so I'll eat this, and I'm pretty proud that I made it, and everyone else says that it's good, but I don't really care for it because I don't like tomato soup. But it's decent if you want to dip like marinara sticks in it. What am I saying? Mozzarella sticks. If you want to dip mozzarella sticks in it, or grilled cheese. I like to dip grilled cheese in it. So that's kind of, it's thick. But I like creamy and like thin tomato soup. I don't really care for this thick, hearty tomato soup. And that's what this is. It's thick, hearty tomato soup. It's not bad. It's just not my preference. So I got some jars of that I still gotta eat. And this is my applesauce. Actually put this in the fair, and I don't know where my little tags are, but I got first place on my little jar of applesauce. So that's that one. It's my first year, and I put it in, and I won first place. So that's my sweet cinnamon applesauce. Now these are my last jar. My kiddos absolutely love them. I absolutely love them. These are pickled rainbow carrots, and I made these from organic carrots that I found, and I'm not super big on like, oh, they're organic or whatever, but I made these from organic carrots that I found at the local health store because I couldn't find the rainbow carrots anywhere. So this is my last jar. Everyone that's had them so far says that they love them. That's some dill sprig right there. But yeah, these are pickled rainbow carrots. And then I have this, which is my strawberry lemonade concentrate. This is the one I actually entered into the fair. So normally I don't leave my rings on. The reason being with that is because they can create a false seal. So sometimes you wouldn't be able to tell if the top was like popped open or not. But usually I don't leave my rings on, but this is the one I put into the fair, so that's why it's still kind of looking like this. And it's the only one I have this cute little thing added to, so I'm kind of leaving that alone. This is what the other jar looks like without it. So this is concentrate, so I'd take this and I'd add 3 jars of water to it, and it would pretty much make me strawberry lemonade. And I also made this with some organic strawberries as well. So yeah, that's my strawberry organic lemonade. Now this I wasn't super impressed with either. I don't know if I'd make that again, but if lemons come on sale, I might do like a blueberry or something, or a raspberry, just to try a different kind out. Now these are my bread and butter pickles, And these are really good. I think there was too much onion. The recipe called for a little too much onion than I'd prefer, but still they're pretty good, and we're enjoying them. Some bread and butter pickles, I made them at home. I'm pretty proud. It's my first year canning. This is my new canning shelf. So I'm just adding this little video. I hope you guys, I'm gonna get going here because I gotta go do some things. But I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I got to eat a lot of turkey and pie, and it was a lot on me, and I'm exhausted. But other than that, I'm gonna let you guys go, and hopefully I'll be able to make another video, and there'll be more canning videos of what to do and what kind of recipes I'm making and all that kind of stuff. So bye for now.